When I was a kid, my parents had one strict rule: never go beyond the backyard fence. We lived in a small countryside town, quiet, peaceful, the kind of place where nothing ever happens. Our backyard stretched into a thick line of woods. The fence wasn't tall, just old wooden boards, half rotted in some places, covered in ivy. To a curious 10-year-old, it didn't look like danger. It looked like an invitation. But my mom's tone whenever she caught me looking that way was terrified. "Don't go there," she'd say, her voice sharp. "There's nothing past that fence you ever need to see." I believed her, at least for a while. As I grew older, the rule started to feel strange. Why was she so afraid of a patch of trees? We lived miles from anything dangerous. No animals, no cliffs, no rivers. When I asked Dad, he'd just grunt. "Old property lines," he said once. "Nothing worth seeing." Years passed. I moved away for college, started working in the city. But when my father passed away unexpectedly, I had to return home to help my mom. Same old house, same fence, same uneasy silence beyond it. The first night back, I stood on the porch, looking toward the tree line. The moonlight spilled over the fence, and for just a second, I could have sworn I saw something, a shape, standing behind the boards, watching. When I blinked, it was gone. The next morning, I asked Mom again about the woods. She froze mid-step, holding her coffee cup in the air. "You still remember that old nonsense?" she muttered. "It's nothing. Don't stir up ghosts." Ghosts. That word hit me wrong. She didn't mean literal ghosts, or maybe she did. That night, I couldn't sleep. The sound of the wind in the trees turned into whispers, faint, rhythmic, almost like humming. And then I heard it. 3 knocks. From the back door. I froze, checked the time. 2:13 a.m. When I peeked through the kitchen window, there was nothing, just the backyard, still, silent. But one of the fence boards was open. The next day, curiosity won. I grabbed a flashlight and went to check that part of the fence. Sure enough, one plank was loose, as if someone had pried it open from the other side. The gap was just big enough to slip through. And behind it was a path. Faint, overgrown, but unmistakably there. Like an old trail someone used to walk every day. My heart raced, but I followed it anyway. The deeper I went, the quieter it got. No birds, no wind, not even the crunch of leaves under my feet. Just stillness, like the forest was holding its breath. Then, about 50 meters in, I saw it. A house, old, rotting, but built in the exact same style as ours. Same slanted roof, same front porch, same little window over the door. For a second, I thought I'd somehow walked in a circle. But when I turned back, the fence was gone. I hesitated, then stepped closer. The door creaked open when I touched it, like it had been waiting. Inside was my childhood home. Every detail, The same wallpaper, the same family photos, the same chipped kitchen counter. Except one thing. The photos. They were of my parents, smiling, and standing with a different child, a boy, about my age back then. But not me. I picked up a photo frame from the table. In it, my mom had her arm around this boy, a birthday cake in front of them, 7 candles. On the back, in her handwriting, it said, "Our little Daniel, 7 years old." My name isn't Daniel. It's Aaron. I heard something creak upstairs. I called out, "Hello?" But my voice sounded strange in that house, like it was echoing back from somewhere deeper than it should have been. Step by step, I climbed the stairs. Each board groaned like it hadn't been touched in decades. At the top was a hallway, identical to mine back home, ending with a door slightly ajar. Inside, the room looked like a child's bedroom. Same curtains, same bedspread. But everything was covered in a thin layer of dust. Except the toy box in the corner. That looked new. I knelt down and opened it. Inside were old toys, action figures, a baseball glove, and a small photo album. The first picture in it was my parents, holding me as a baby. The next was of them holding Daniel. And then one of all 3 of us together. Except I don't have a brother. I heard footsteps behind me, slow, soft, coming up the stairs. You came back. My flashlight flickered. A shadow moved across the wall, small like a child. When the light steadied, I saw him. A little boy standing near the toy box, face pale, eyes wide. He looked like me. I stumbled backward, whispering, "Who are you?" He just smiled. "You took my place." The floorboards behind me groaned, and the door slammed shut. I ran to it, yanking the handle, but it wouldn't budge. Then the whisper came again, right beside my ear. "Mom said you'd come back one day." I don't remember getting out. One moment I was pounding the door. The next I was lying outside the fence, gasping for air. Mom found me there the next morning. She didn't ask what happened. She just knelt down, held me, and said, "I told you not to go there, Aaron. You weren't supposed to remember him." For days, I tried to convince myself it was a nightmare. But that night when I went to bed, I saw something taped to my window from the outside. It was a photograph, faded, stained with dirt. My parents, smiling and standing with 2 kids again, me and the boy from the house. This time, I was the one fading from the picture. I moved out the next week, but sometimes when I wake up just before dawn, I still hear faint knocking on my window, 3 soft taps, and a child's voice whispering from the backyard, "It's my turn now." End.